Hey guys, what it is your girl Cadillac. Yes, I'm Cadillac Dixon. I'm the Drama Light Prison Wife. I'm the legally blind artist that is rapping and painting for justice. Hoping, because you got to hold your breath for justice, to see justice before our face too black. Yes, it's your girl Cadillac. Anyways, guys, I'm about going to bed. I am so tired. It is now 2:46 a.m. But it is my Thursday. And y'all know I love Thursdays because I work the AM Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and then I don't work till Friday evening. So I can stay up as late as I please. Girl, I done worked all day. It has been crazy. I done worked all day. I got off of work, went to the park, recorded a video, came home, had my granddaughter, grandson. I done did the most. I'm tired. Your girl gone to bed. Going to bed for real. But I can't physically go to bed until I finish this picture. So I am going to get into this right now. Give me a second. Trying to set up my thing. I ain't got it set up like exactly correct. Okay. So this is our latest picture. Cut the light on. 'Cause the light was blown out before because I wanted to do a little intro. And it was too bright like over my head. Okay guys, so this is our latest project, Reach the World. This is this number 2 project, Reach the World, 2025. 2025, we're celebrating 20 years of Project Reach the World, which started with Life Jennings. And I've gotten artwork to I can't even name who all I've gotten artwork to. So really to see the full extent of what Project Reach the World is, me using my art to tell the story of my husband being wrongfully convicted, which spawned into telling others wrongful conviction stories, and all the different aspects of art, because I am a rapper, I'm a spoken word poet, I'm an author, I'm an illustrator, I'm a what else am I, girl? Graphic designer, I get cosmetologist, so I'm a hair artist. All of these things I fuse together to form Project Reach the World, and Project Reach the World is now 20 years old. So Richard Taylor, content creator, spoken word poet, and author, is our second Project Reach the World of this year. Oh, that was my elbow popping. But we're going to try to work on it. I don't know how much storage I got on my phone. My phones be acting up. It is so hard to keep up with content, but I'm trying. So I am just going to, what I'm going to do, it is technically Throwback Thursday. So I'm going to play one of my older videos from 2023. We're going to play a throwback video, even though it's after midnight. It's still Throwback Thursday, girl. So we're going to play one of my old videos so I could just focus on drawing, because I don't know how much time I have on this. And, you know, though I can stay up as late as I want, my granddaughter going to wake me up. Like, she don't sleep past, what, 8 or 9? So I'm going to be right back up. So I better go and finish this and then, you know, finish this and then go to bed and get as much sleep as I can until she be tapping me. Grandma, wake up. Well, she don't call me grandma. She calls me mom. Mom, wake up. Girl. Okay, so this video is from 2023. Is Tyrone Muhammad. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Girl, my mind be all over the place, especially when I'm sleepy like this. Check out the description box. I have a full video that explains everything about Project Reach the World so you can understand exactly what it is. It has been my life work. It is my art for justice. I give you art, you give me justice, girl. That's in the description box. But today we're listening to Tyrone Muhammad on serving 21 years in prison. All right. So we're going to play this and I'm just going to draw. All right. No talk. Just listen. We can get the Wi-Fi. Y'all, look at me. I'm so chunky on here. I have lost a lot of weight, but y'all know that's because I got sick. But praise report, y'all. I am off insulin. Pray all praises be to God. No insulin. Do y'all know? If y'all only knew where, well, I told y'all where I was at, but it's the videos all over the place. But girl, no insulin. So we just waiting on that A1C to come back, and cause I didn't receive that no ways. But just looking at my old videos, it's so crazy how I was chunky. Look at my face. My face is all puffed up. But now my face now face is not, I ain't got my chubby cheeks no more. But anyways, let's get to it. It's so low. Will it play better on my laptop? Mm-mm. It's no louder. Oh well. Hopefully you can hear it. If not, just watch. I hate that saying.
It's like you want to separate, but we're in this all together. Your community, you choose where you live. Yes, you can choose that somewhat. Sometimes you have to fall in a certain price bracket and you would like to be a part of a different community, but you can't because you ain't got the funds, right? So your choice goes so far, but you can choose your community, but you can't choose everyone that's in your community, right? So you would rather everybody be substantial and self-sustaining and making it in your community. That way, they're not looking towards you when they're not making it, right? So if we make sure that returning citizens have what they need to come back and be a viable part of society rather than a detriment to society. If someone gets out of prison, would you rather them get out, go back to go back to their families, get a job, pay bills, be a law-abiding citizen. Like we love to say, oh, we're law-abiding citizens, so we're way up here and you're down here because you broke the law, so you're down here. Would you rather them come back and be like all of the high exalted law-abiding citizens, or would you rather them get out and come back and commit crimes in that community? What would you rather? Because guess what? They're coming back. They are, most of them. Um, and even in Florida, I talk about this all the time, like nobody seems to care. But Florida, since 2020, the DLC has been to critical capacity. Do y'all even know what that means? That means that there are a certain amount of, which I like to call inmates, so that you can sit high and look down low on the people. So the inmates, right? There are a certain amount of inmates that they can put inside a prison. So there's only a limited amount of people that you can lock up, right? And once you get to critical capacity, you literally have nowhere else to lock people up. So if people are committing new crimes, though they might want to lock them up, they can't lock. Where do you lock them up? It's so crowded. It's overcrowded. Prisons are overabundant, crowded, and the reason that they are overabundant, crowded is because they were not being utilized for the reason they should have been utilized for. Prison is for. You are correct. When you do the crime, you do the time. You are very much correct with that. That's what it's for. You commit a crime, you go to prison to pay your dues to society. That's each crime is basically a certain amount of money. That's why they bring up charges on you, right? So it's like a transaction. You took out this debt, which this crime is a debt. You took out that debt. And now the charge you have to repay by being incarcerated, right? That is the whole purpose of prison. But you also want to correct so that people are not getting back out of prison and coming back to society and incurring those same debts to society. Because those debts to society are committed against who? Against me, against you, you, everybody in the community. I have been a victim of someone committing a crime. I have. I have been a victim of someone committing a crime. And if it was not their first rodeo with committing crimes, because usually people are not caught the first time they do a crime, right? People also have committed crimes, and because of this non-rehabilitation, have gotten back out into society, and then they commit another crime. But had they been rehabilitated, they may not have committed those second rounds of crimes, right? So the more we care about rehabilitation, the more, the more our communities are safe. See, See, we have it different. We think the more that are locked up, the more safe our communities are. And that's not so. Because Florida has an abundance of people locked up. Abundance. But a lot, a huge amount. And it's so much till it's to critical capacity. So that means because we have locked so many people up, our communities, over time, let's see, the mass incarceration started in what, the 80s to 90s? After this mass has been incarcerated, why is the neighborhood not safer? They should be safer. Like, honestly, common sense would tell you this. We're locking up a lot of people, then neighborhoods should be safer because we're pretty much getting the bad guys. But see, that's where the problem comes in. Locking people up are not always about getting the bad guys. Locking people up has become getting the conviction. So you get in the conviction. Oh gosh, I'm getting off track because I was supposed to review this this story, but I'm off on my own tangent. So let's just flow with this. Maybe I'll review that story in another video, but it spun off of watching it, and it basically inspired me. So I will link that video with Africa Diaspora. Sorry if my eyes all over the place, girl, because this is new. I'm used to looking at the screen to record, and I have to get used to on this tablet looking at the camera, right, which is different. And girl, one of my eyes is going to be it because I am the legally blind artist. I'm literally legally blind. This eye sees nothing, watercolors, lights, nothing more, right? And all my vision comes out of this eye with a contact. Without a contact, it looks like a kaleidoscope, right? So I am the legally blind artist that has been rapping and painting and creating and making and telling my story through poetry, through rap songs, through R&B songs, through picture books, through illustration, through videos, through whatever means that I can create something to tell my story so that I can give you visuals of what is happening, right? So, back to that. Prison has become, the system has become more of getting the conviction than getting the actual criminal. That is why we need criminal justice reform, and that is why it includes you. Because you're in that community. I hate when this keeps doing that. I cut the rip. Really? Now I'm gonna give you monetized. But that was the jam. Ugh. Excuse me, it's hot. And it's raining, so I can't let my windows all the way down. But this is why criminal justice reform actually does. And that's what he said. His name is, let me get back, I do not want to, Tyrone Muhammad. That's why Tyrone Muhammad is saying that you need to care that this is happening. Because though it's not physically happening to your body, the effects of it is going to affect you. Or the effects of it is going to affect you. I don't know if I'm saying it correctly. Affect and effect. One or the other. One causes the other. The effects of it causes the effect. Or the effect of it causes the effect of it. Whatever. It's going to affect your community. I wish that would stop. I literally have turned that off. So, if we know that it's going to affect our communities, the people are coming back. They're coming back. People are sitting down on large chunks of time, serving time. Even the guy that is speaking in this, Tyrone Muhammad, served 21 years. So when the judge sent him away 21 years ago, there was still the knowing that he would be free one day. So in 21 years, you haven't learned life skills. You haven't learned any skills to
haven't learned any skills to
centuries,
pay the
not
bills.
centuries, but the what do you call it? The ages have changed. So what were job skills 21 years ago? Oh, guess who else been in prison for 21 years? Marcello Jackson.
This was 2 years ago, so
Marcello Jackson
23 now.
went to prison 21 years ago. 2002, age 19 going on 20, had a 9-month-old daughter. He went to prison in 2001. So job skills in 2000, I'm sorry, he was wrongfully arrested in 2001, went to prison in 2002. Job skills in 2002, if you came back trying to get a job in this time era, in 2023, how far is he going to get with getting a job? And I know we don't care if he get a job or not, right? Because he shouldn't have really did, and he shouldn't have. Even one of the comments, I was scrolling through the comments on that video, and someone commented that they don't. Tyrone Muhammad gets into talking about how all the programs were taken out of the prison. They no longer get grants. He had received 2 associate degrees while being incarcerated, and someone said I don't agree with that because you did something wrong, right? And you're basically, they're looking at it as though they're getting rewarded for doing something wrong. They're getting associate degrees when us that out here have not done nothing are not getting assistance with education, which kind of is false because there's a lot of scholarships out there. Maybe I went to school on grants, and my daughter went on a scholarship and grant. Baby, I ain't had a dime in my pocket. I had no money for college. When I got to college age, my mom was like, "Oops, well, we spent that long time ago. You know, time got rough." So there are monies out there for us that have not committed crimes. But when you say that, they should not have the resources. What you do is you turn those 21 years that, in my case, Marcello Jackson have served, and you turn those 21 years that Tyrone Muhammad has served, into not 21 years of bettering themselves, not 21 years of pushing towards something and knowing, hey, I'm not coming back here. I'm going to get out. I'm going to start my business. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to right my wrongs. You take them off the path of that to, dang, I'm just here at 21 years. Life just passed me by. Oops, that person, that loved one died. That loved one died. I ain't got nobody to come back home to. I've been gone from my children for 21 years. They don't know who I am. I have nothing left to look forward to. So upon you releasing me in 21 years, look, what's gonna make me come back and do right by society? What? What are you doing for those 21 years? But like he said, you're in. You know, everybody believes prison is the worst of 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 society. Which very much two things can be true at the same time. It is, but it's also innocent people in that environment too. And it's also people that have done a lesser crime that has been more severely charged and should have been let go a long time ago, but yet they're still serving time. There are those that deserve to be there but have been rehabilitated and can be let out into society, but yet they're still there serving time, right? So two things can be true. So yes, it could be the worst of society, but there can be some real people there. There could be some good people there. There can be some good citizens there. And two things also can be true. There can be some horrible creeps still out in society. Because we can't lock them up because it's to capacity with everybody in prison. You know what I'm saying? So just because you're out in society don't mean you're innocent. Just because you're in prison doesn't mean you're guilty. So if we took more account that if everybody in society makes it,
The young lady that I'm speaking of at this part of the video, she does restorative justice. She goes into the prisons and she teaches the incarcerated citizens there about restorative justice with the victims of their crimes. So she's had a whole viewpoint change where she used to think, like the average masses thought. And it wasn't until a loved one of hers was incarcerated that she realized that, hey, if they're just being treated like this, how are they going to come out reformed? How are they not going to get out and do this to someone else? Her brother was outed by his girlfriend, and she was like, if she gets out and she's just been, what would change her? What would make her not do that again? She hasn't learned nothing. They're just being abused in there at the hands of guards and whoever else. And how would they change? There's no reform. Unless the only rehabilitation really in prison is if you decide yourself as the incarcerated citizen to rehabilitate yourself. That's the rehabilitation you will receive in prison. But yeah, I'll do a video about what restorative justice is, because restorative justice, because that is something to basically bridge the gap. There's a big gap, and we're all connected. Whether you believe you are the holiest of holies and commit no crimes, like honestly, I don't have a record. I ain't never, and I remember the police pulled me over talking about when the last time I went to jail. Like, I frequent Flyer jail. I'm like, and then when he ran it and found out, girl, I ain't got no type of record. Barely even had driving infractions at that point in time. He gave me my license back and said I was free to go. But how you assume I've been to jail? Like, why? Do I look like I've been to jail? Like, how? And what's the look for someone that's been to jail? It's crazy. But it bridges the gap between those stereotypical believers of the law and justice and those that really know what's going on in the system, which is usually the ones that are affected by the system. They know the truth. And she's bridging that gap and trying to get people actually rehabilitated, because like I said in that video, not everybody has life. Even if you got a long time, my husband got a long time, but he still got an out date. And this guy that I'm talking about, he had a long time. CW, life coach CW, had a long time. But guess what? The laws changed, and he was released under the First Step Act in 2020. So the people that you wrote off, they could be coming back to your, they are. Many of them are coming back to your society. How do you want them to come back to your society? Reformed and being an asset? Or do you want them to come back as a detriment and commit more crimes against your communities, our communities? Because we all live in communities, right? We're all connected, but we like to see ourselves as individuals. Long as I'm all right, everything all right. No, just because I'm all right don't mean you all right. And just because you all right don't mean I'm all right. We gotta be all right. That's why I'm not free till my husband free.
Either way, hey, when the time is up, you getting out. You getting out. And whatever you festered on for 21 years, not reformed when they get out. And they do it to someone else. That's what made her someone a victim of crime. Of somebody that, yes, should not have done what they did. Made her become an advocate for prison reform and criminal justice reform. See, it's because it made it real to her that, hey, this system actually does affect me.
Mm-hmm.
And I really didn't realize it because I know I'm a good person. I know I do all the right things. I know I follow the rules. Baby, you looking at the girl that follows every rule. Every freaking rule. But it still affects me. It affects me. And it affects you too. So, now I went on and on and on. I came all the way out to this part so that I could review this video, and I just went off on my own tangent. But maybe that's good. It gave me some inspiration on a
Y'all know, girl, I am not a good speaker. That's why God gave me the communication avenues of art. Now, I can write you a poem and relay exactly what I'm trying to say, or a song, or I could paint you a picture, and I communicate through art. But verbally, girl, I be all over the place and back. Sometimes I don't even know what I'm saying makes sense. But it's crazy looking back on that video. I think I did pretty good. It wasn't so bad. I criticize every single video. Just like today. Did a video today. It was so aggravating. That's aggravating and irritating all put together as one, right? It was aggravating. I had some on my goddamn face. I don't care how you try to fix yourself a little bit before pushing record. So that was irritating me. That almost made me want to private that video. But I said, you know what, I gotta cut myself some grace. I just got off of work. Then my eye gone to bed. It's like my eye all closed up and looking crazy. But I was like, you know what? I come as who I am. This is me. And a lot of times that holds you back. Some of the content creators, like they only want to get on there when they're flawless. And it is good to have yourself together or whatever. But nobody is Showtime 100% of the time, right? So there's many messages that you're supposed to be bringing to people that are going to be missing out because you feel as though you don't look your best. So that's why I didn't private that thing. But they were aggravating that something was on my face the whole time. I'm like, I can't record a video straight for nothing. Girl. But anyways, I'm going to let it play out. We almost done. I might put some more details. I got to do the ear here. Finish blending in the hair. Drawing in the hair. Then I'm going to get to the hands. I'm probably going to do the hands on another video. Because, girl, hands are hard to do. But I think I got the decent measurements here. And then just be blending. So probably in the next video, all I have to do is because it's already at 36 minutes, so I don't have a lot of storage on my phone. But the shirt, the hands, and then blending. And then we'll be done, girl. I can't believe y'all know how long it take me to do a piece. Like, your girl be going to bed all the way. Like, I be back and forth. Grandmama, prison wife, advocating, I'm doing videos, I work full time. It's challenging to always get my art done, And then it's the life, it's the hamster wheel life. So you gotta take care of all of that. So I'm proud that I'm actually gonna finish this piece. I actually finished Introverted Rock Stars. Y'all wanna see that one? I don't finish all my work. Y'all want to see? Let's look and see what I got in here before we finish this one. what pictures we got in here. How could I do this? Because that ain't gonna hold. Okay, I'll just flip it over here and I'll show you as I get to it. Excuse me. Alright. So we got Miss KK from Set Apart to Serve. That's my girl. I gotta go see what she been up to over on her channel. But Miss KK, that was September the 2nd, 2024. Yes, love her. Love her channel, her content. She is real. My daughter got some drawings in here. Look at, this is my first one from last year. Now, I told you I don't always finish. I just got his outline. I gotta go back and finish that, because how I get this far and don't finish? Like, that's crazy. That's absurd. Just finish that up. So I could let him see it. Okay. Here's another one. This was one of my cousin's friends. Didn't finish, but that was gonna be beautiful, girl. It's almost done. Like, why didn't I finish? Like, why? Girl. I had watched a video about artists that don't complete their work. Oh, I love her. Dana the Housewife. Why didn't I finish this? I am technically done. Like, I literally just had the curls here and then blend. Like, girl, what's wrong with me? But y'all know I do have, girl, I know I show signs of ADHD. That's why I be all over the place and back. So it is quite difficult to finish a piece. So if I finish your piece, girl, you are very, very special. Very special. Didn't finish this one either. R.I.P. Marcellus Williams, wrongfully incarcerated on D-Row and then wrongfully deleted last year. I didn't even finish. I was almost finished too. I literally get to a certain point and it's like a block. Like, really, okay, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I have a new idea and I have to act upon it right away. So whatever old thing I'm doing, I kind of don't finish because I'm jumping to the next thing. So that's probably that attention deficit thing. I'm trying to get myself, I need to make myself finish. Now, I did finish her. This is Ashley from Diamond Royal Ministries. Yes, I love her content too, girl. But I have not been watching my Chosen One content in a minute. I've been stuck in, criminal justice reform, which I need to get out of it because it's angering me. It's really irritating my soul how, people unjustly do other people. This is a fellow prison wife, just about done, didn't finish, but she passed away the end of last year. I got a lot to finish, girl. This was my first Project Reach the World of this year, and I did finish. However, there were a month and something in between because I ended up in the hospital. I ended up really sick. I had ketoacidosis. I was in ketoacidosis and ended up in the hospital for 4 days. Discharged on insulin Basically, they were like, you are in threat of a heart attack and a stroke. Like, literally, you need somebody to sit and watch over you because, baby girl, I literally was at DEATH's door and I'm fully recovered now. That is grace be to God. But I knew at the end of last year, I felt like God was just telling me, rest, my child. You've been doing so much. I have been grinding so long. It's been a struggle being a single mother, having to raise my child alone. Not only that, I'm a caregiver to my sister. I'm dealing with my own disabilities. My sister's disabled, but I take care of her, which is crazy. How you do that? Like, literally. It be so much going on, and I have literally ran myself into the ground. And I believe God was just telling me to rest. So when He put me in that hospital, I had no choice to do anything but rest. But I did finish his couple of months. As soon as I got out the hospital, I think the next week after I finished. I didn't date it. I literally got to figure out what day did I finish this and date it. That's introverted rockstar. I love him too. He tells the truth. I love YouTubers that get on here and tell the truth. Like you know, anybody can make it on YouTube, honestly. But many people make it because you gotta do stuff like, you know how they covering Diddy trial, or you had people that was covering R. Kelly, like that just came up. Like, this a logo I did for a content creator, blessed to be a blessing. I did oh no, I took it to Photoshop. I did finish that. I did. But that was my preliminary sketch. This my granddaughter's artwork. Y'all wanna see it? She's gonna be just like a little grandmama. No, I don't know. My nephew is very artistic, but I don't know if I want anybody to follow an artist's footsteps, because the life of an artist is like, ugh. I just did the mental health and artist video, artists and their mental health. Girl, art will take a toll on you. Not every artist makes it. I am a struggling, starving artist that never, despite putting my all into my art, has never been able to get my art off the ground. I sell artwork far and few in between. So when I finish this one, I'm gonna go back to my Angie Stone picture that I was working on, because that painting, I was gonna do my thing. I can't even find a picture I was on. Hold on. But I'm gonna really do my thing on that Angie Stone. Angie Stone, oh my gosh, her story touched me. She's an artist that, like, when artists don't get their recognition, like, it hurts. Because, like I was saying, it's hard to separate yourself from your art. You are your art. And if your art is not being appreciated, it literally feels like, girl, I can't even find a picture now that I'm working on. It feels like you're not appreciated. Like, if you don't like my art, you don't like me. And I try to, separate myself from it, but I mean, I don't know what else to do. That's like what God gave me. These are my gifts and talents that God gave me. And I just feel like I definitely don't want to leave this world and not do with them what He planned for me to do with them. I know He ain't just give me this talent for nothing. I literally was a kid and just picked up a pencil one day and just started drawing. I was like, oh, I can draw? I didn't even know it. Like, so it was a gift, because I didn't know it was in me. When I became a poet, I heard my friend do a poem, and I was like, hey, I want to try to do a poem. And when I tried to do the poem, everybody was like, "Oh my gosh, your poem is good." They literally thought that I was copying and reciting a Maya Angelou poem, which I wasn't. I wrote my own poem, but it was, they thought because it was on that level, and I wrote that when I was 15 years old, and they literally thought that I was just reciting Maya Angelou's poem. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I got inspiration from Maya Angelou's Phenomenal Woman, but this poem I wrote myself. So let me stop talking. I'm gonna start drawing. I'm gonna recite this poem, and then we're gonna be going to bed. All right. This one is called Little Black Girl. When I'm walking down the street, I got a slip in my slide, a dip in my walk, a song in my head, a voice in my talk, a feeling in my heart, a meaning in my thought. So what styles do I sport? French braid, cornrows, and afro puffs. Hold on. Let me keep going because you know not enough. Natural combs, straight combs, and picks. Hair that's naturally thick. Kinky, curly, straight, and nappy. Anything that makes me happy. In my body build, I'm big and tall. I'm short and skinny, thick and thin, good and plenty. Got eyes like chestnut, lips that kill. See, I'm keeping this on the real. With my cold like caramel, breath like cinnamon, sweet like sugar, and thick like honey. Please, I want love, not just your money. I don't want too many material things. Affection and friendship is what I need. If you cut me, will I not bleed? See, I'm the same as you, no better, no worse. Your pediatrician, doctor, and nurse, judge, jury, and your lawyer, sister, mother, and your daughter. So who am I? I'm a little black girl. Little black girls are made of sugar and spice and everything nice. I done told you once, so don't ask twice. Why such confidence, you ask? It comes from past experience. I learned from the past mistakes I made. I study hard, I make the grade, I strive to be among the rest, or maybe better than the best. I reach for the moon, but if I should fail, amongst the stars I will prevail. I'm gonna make it. Yes, I am. Because I'm more than just a little black girl. Girl! And I used to go fast with that thing too. Girl. And I literally wrote that poem just because I heard my friend write a poem. And then in the youth church, this other girl, she had, for Black History Month, she had recited Phenomenal Woman. And I was like, oh, I want to do it next year, but I want to write my own poem. Thinking, when you think you're going to write your own stuff, you don't really think it's going to be that good. And I didn't think it was good. I don't even think anything I do is good until someone tells me, dang, that's good. So I picked up a pencil and became a poet. Picked up a pencil and became an artist. So those are gifts. Right? Those are gifts. Then decided I was going to start rapping because I was like, I was a songwriter, but I couldn't find nobody to demo my songs. So I said, I'm finna try to rap this. Let's see how they sound. Before you know it, I was Cadillac. It's your girl Cadillac. Yes. My go-to verse was, Sessin' this alright, but I ain't using that to sell. I'm banking on the fact that my rhymes are hot as hell. I'm headed for that #1 spot, get out my way. It's that super rapping woman, headed for the top, up and away. The rap game is my weapon, fire lyrics is my cape. I'm suited up, competition coming, get blown away. If the tank ain't big enough, one fish gon' eat the other. I hunger for this game and I'm ready to eat. Time for supper. Here's your girl Cadillac. Yes. Woo, my rap days. Those were the good old days. But yeah, just started rapping. So it's so many talents and gifts that literally they're God given. I even did what I guess you would call Christian rap, because they ain't technically Christian rap. I just do reality of my life and stuff like that. But it could have been me. You know I could have been dead and gone. But Lord, you allowed me to breathe another day. Lord, you allowed me to carry on. It could have been me, with no food to eat and no shoes upon my feet. And if it wasn't for your grace, then Lord, it would have been me. Every morning, I gotta give God thanks for a new day. It's a lot of my homies that was here yesterday, they not here today. So I gotta be thankful. Thank God that I'm still here. No matter what situations I face, only thing that matters is I'm still here. I made it 40 plus years, and that's so much to thank God for. Cause there's a lot of folks out there, they might not make it past a 21 because the po-po's and us, and on top of that, we keep ourselves. And if we don't end up dead, then we end up doing 20 to life in jail. See, that's another life wasted, another life gone down the drain. And you never know that life, it could have had the cure to A. We living in the last days, and if we not, well then we're really mighty close. Because nowadays seems like everything's alright, man. Anything goes. It could have been me. You know I could have been dead and gone. But Lord, you allowed me to breathe another day. Lord, you allowed me to carry on. It could have been me, with no food to eat and no shoes upon my feet. And if it wasn't for your grace, then Lord, it would have been me. Flip it. What if it were you? And you were up the road and gone for some you didn't do, and it be decades before you get back home. Hey, what if it were you that was taken from your kids? Now they life you missing. Your lucky stars, you better thank them that you ain't in this wicked system. Cause Lord knows that it could have been, yeah, it could have been you. Yeah, it's your girl Cadillac. Anyways, we at 50 something minutes. We finna stop here. I gotta go on the bed, and yeah, I done got all I can get out this day. I gotta get up tomorrow. I'm gonna try to get up early too. See, this is why your girl be tired, be going to bed, because I stay up late and try to get up early. But you know, an artist functions better at night. All right, guys. It's your girl Cadillac.